Yo, what is going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new week, and also welcome to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round 1 for the week, and we've got Eldlich Dogmatika on the right versus Brigade Lyrilusc on the left, piloted by my man Johnny, my man Kevin on the right, playing the old set tactic. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy this match. If you do, be sure to remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. But as these guys get ready to start here, let's take a look at the poll results. I asked you guys who you thought would be the winner of round 1, and about 650 votes, a large majority of the votes going to Brigade Lyrilusc. So let's see if you guys are correct. And honestly, I'd probably vote for that deck as well, mainly because I've played against it several times, and it just seems to literally keep extending no matter what you due to it. So, but I mean, you know, maybe a deck like the old Eldlich Dogmatika strategy has enough, you know, floodgate-like traps, enough interruptions to truly slow it down and take a stranglehold on the game here. So let's see how this one plays out. So Eldlich, of course, setting 5 and passing. It's one of the best 5-card combos you can do in the deck is set 5 pass. One of those cards being a Scarlet Sanguine, which we are going to see activate here, and it's going to get hit with an Ash, which is extremely unfortunate. But he will go ahead and actually chain the Conquistador to the Sanguine, or to the Ash, it looks like. That's basically just going to block some damage here, because the Karass will not be able to swing in at all for 1200, and he will be setting 2 himself and passing turn, one of which I believe is a Call by the Grave, which will fare pretty well here in this particular matchup to hit the Golden Lord himself if he does get it on the field. And he does have another Scarlet Sanguine, so no Ash this time around. You got to feel pretty good about that. It's one of the best ways to slow down the Eldlich deck is to always have Ash for Sanguine. Just keep Lord off the board. That's really all you got to do. But Lord is on the board now, so this is going to change things just a little bit here in terms of tempo. He'll swing in for, I think, 13 over top of the Karass and pass turn. And a whole lot of birds in the hand of our Brigade Lyrilusc player, and might be able to play through a lot of these interruptions here if it is played correctly. We're going to see him normal summon the Celeste Wagtail, and we'll see if he has a response on summon. He's going to go ahead and link it off for Almirage here, most likely, and could easily extend here with the Warbler or the Swallow. And let's see if he has a response. Is he going to activate the Barrel Canary, targeting the Wagtail in the grave? And looks like he's thinking on the activation. He is going to actually chain Rivalry of the Warlords. So Barrel Canary not going to be able to summon here, since he can only currently control Cybers. And there really is no Cybers in the deck other than Almirage. So that's going to be very effective here. But it also puts our Eldlich player in a weird position where, you know, your opponent quite literally cannot play at the moment, but you also really can't, you know, apply pressure to your opponent's board right now, because if you clear the Almirage, you let them play essentially next turn. So he is going to decide to actually fire off a Conquistador here, and which, like, I mean, like, this works too, I guess. You will take 25 to the face, but you could also kind of just play it out like a Mystic Mine, because it's kind of acting like that. At this point, you know he has the Barrel Canary in hand. You could easily just play the slow game, leave the Almirage on field, and just, you know, see how many turns you can buy with the Rivalry out. And as he picks up a Nibiru for turn, I still don't think he would add an out to that, to his own Almirage, because he would have to, like, normal summon. Well, I guess he could have technically crashed it, so I guess that, you know, doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, he could have just crashed the Almirage. Granted, he would take a lot of damage, but you know, he'd still lose his battle phase, and then, you know, still have to play through Rivalry there, because there are some other things that he will not be able to access because of the Rivalry. Even if he does have Winged Beast on the field, one of those cards is going to be a Zeus. But I'm pretty sure everything else he can access, besides from, like, double Dragon Lords, and maybe Farragut or Bearbrum, but I don't think the Brigade Lyrilusc decks typically play Bearbrum, because they don't go for Revolt ever, because they don't really need it, to be totally honest. But now we're going to see him activate the Lyrilusc Bird Call, which has to be one of the most insane cards in the deck. A lot of people are very unsure of what to hit in this deck when it comes to like hand trapping, and to be totally honest, I'm not 100% sure myself after playing against the deck several times. At least I don't have to worry about the wind barrier lock playing the Speedroid strategy, you know, best deck of the format, I keep saying it. But like ashing a card like Bird Call almost never seems incorrect. Just because it's a Rhoda / Foolish plus an extender all in one card. It's kind of insane. And now we're going to see him summon the Swallow into the Warbler here. Or I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot of the names. I only remember Barrel Canary, Wagtail, Swallow, and Warbler. And past that, I can't remember any of the other. They all kind of look and sound similar, so I'm not entirely sure. But he's got a lot of birds on field, and he could go for the not Independent Nightingale, but the rank 1 that can just attack directly a ton of times. I think up to the number of materials it has. Yeah, there it is. And it can also has a quick effect to protect itself from destruction by battle or card effect during either player's turn. And I think it gains 200 for each material it currently has. And then I think one of the other monsters that has a material is giving it a 200 attack boost. So he's going to activate Conquistador. He will chain the Nightingale to go ahead and protect it from destruction. And Conquistador, all 3 Conquistadors on the board right now. Wagtail effect to go ahead and reattach itself. And then battle phase, he's going to attack in 4 times directly. This deck is has a very like cheesy win con sometimes when you pair this card alongside the Recital Starlings, and you can just keep like telling your opponent to stop hitting themselves because you keep crashing a 0 body into like a 3k monster and they keep taking 3k. Yeah, it's really, really frustrating to play against. So like he's on a 1-turn clock right now, or very, very close to a 1-turn clock. Yeah, it's just, and I think if you detach for the effect, it also makes it so like you don't take any battle damage that turn too, which is also really powerful with the Simorgh stuff, or not the Simorgh, the Recital Starling. We're gonna see him pitch Lord and Trap Trick here though to go ahead and send a card, but he's gonna have Called By for it, which is really strong. Like really good in this matchup. Yeah, it's the Assembled Nightingale, not the Independent Nightingale. It says can make an attack number times each to the amount of materials it has, and then once per turn, quick effect, you can detach me from this card until the end of this turn. Lyrilusc monster control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Also, you take no battle damage. Yeah, so it pairs extremely well. We're going to see him reset one here in the end phase off of the Sanguine. And since he was not able to clear this Assembled Nightingale, this is just game here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, attack for 1,000, attack for 1,000, attack for 1,000, attack for 1,000. And that's just pretty much going to do. Yeah, since he had the Barrel Canary as material, gain an extra 200. And it also cannot switch control, too, so they can't talent it, which is really strange. But as we head into Game 2, I want to remind you guys, if you want to pick up some amazing TCG accessories and support the channel in the process, please feel free to head over to ImperiumDuelist.com. Link down in the description. They sell all sorts of amazing mats, deck boxes, dice, sleeves, binders, more, you name it. They just actually, released a new design for their over sleeves. You guys have saw the Cherubin sleeves that I've been using on my Max Deck for quite some time. Well, they just came out with basically those, but with a brand new Toon themed design. So definitely check them out if you haven't. And I think they might have some Demon Slayer deck boxes available too. And again, if you guys want to save some money while you pick up these amazing products, don't forget to use my discount code WinterKills10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order, and of course support the channel in the process. So thank you in advance for everybody that ends up using my code. And if you want to support the channel just by shopping on TCG Player, please feel free to use my affiliate link found in the description of all my videos. And anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase will go right back into the channel and helps out a ton. So continuing here into Game 2, the set strategy going first here, no shocker, starting with Duality, finding an Inspector border, and that Duality does prove that it is a Dogmatika Eldlich variant, because there was an Ecclesia, he just didn't take it. And he sets those and passes, and then, oh my goodness, Evenly for 3 here. Such an incredibly good card. I don't know how great Evenly is in a competitive scale. Like, I don't know if it's a card I would take, in my side deck to like a YCS or a regional. But for the locals meta, the card has been seemingly overperforming. So now he's going to go ahead and activate Turquoise Warbler. If you turn one monster, you can special this card from your hand, and that is not an activated effect, so Inspector Border does not stop it. And then I have the names pulled up, so that's Cobalt Sparrow. And then this card says, I think he normal summoned the Cobalt Sparrow, so yeah. And then he's going to go ahead and overlay into Assembled Nightingale, and good luck outing this right now. And like, the Eldlich player is in such a rough spot here. As he attacks into the Assembled Nightingale, of course, he will chain to protect, and he does have that effect now because he does have one Xyz monster on field. With how weirdly Border is worded, he does have a anti-spell here in the draw phase or standby phase. But it looks like he's just going to go battle phase and swing directly for 200 damage. Because that's something you can do, and that allows you to get access to Zeus, because why not? Zeus is basically an FTK against a deck like Eldlich. He does have Trap Trick, though, here, which is, you know, better than nothing. So we'll go ahead and tutor out any trap, normal trap from his deck. But if you get a deck like Eldlich, top decking with no Eldlich engine, it's just GG's pretty much every single time, because they can't play anything on their turn because of the nature of a trap deck. But that's why the Eldlich engine is so incredibly good, because like it allows you to recur those cards even if they're lost to something like Zeus. And yeah, he will chain punishment here, and he of course will chain Zeus. And is our Eldlich player going to send something from his extra deck for the punishment? No, that is a misplay there. Doesn't really matter, though. I'm sure he has something in his extra deck that is 3k or more to be able to pop that. If anything, it would be like the rank 10 monster that most Eldlich variants are on anyways. So just a small thing that was forgotten there. I know somebody's going to bring it up in the comments, but, you know, it happens. It is what it is. We're going to see him pass turn, though. He's going to get into Recital Starling. Clutch top deck there of Judgment. That will shut it down. And yeah, here our Eldlich player is in that top decking situation, as our Lyrilusc player is normal summoning a Nerval. This is one of the great things about this deck, is like it has like the two engines can get stopped by hand traps, but they oftentimes don't get stopped by the same hand traps. So like if you Lancia, you turn off the Brigade engine, but you don't turn off the the Lyrilusc engine. If you Droll, you don't turn off the Brigade engine, but you turn off the Lyrilusc engine. Like, it's still a lot of things to deal with at the end of the day. Nerval effect, add Fractal. End phase, we're going to see him go ahead and go for Simorg here. And Simorg is going to bring out the Wind Barrier statue. And I assume he could have attacked there, but he didn't attack. Unless I'm missing, there's some reason he couldn't attack. But end phase, we're going to see him activate the Simorg bird again, because it's during either player's turn to summon out a Cobalt Sparrow to go ahead and search a Swallow, I believe. And he's just going to threaten game right here, because this is, well, it's not game entirely. It'd be only 34. Yeah, so, I mean, I think it would be game, because I assume he attacked the previous turn here. I haven't fleshed out the life points yet, but he has to Ice Dragon's Prison that, or else it is going to be game. So we'll take 1,000 there. He can only special summon wind monsters, which is extremely rough for a lot of decks to deal with right now. That's why the Godarla Mystery Dust Kaiju is finding a lot of play right now in people's side decks, things like Dark Ruler, etc., etc. And then we're going to see him dump Fractal, dump Kit, dump Nerval, add Fractal, Barrel Canary, go ahead and bring out the Cobalt Sparrow effect. This card is special. I'm going to add a level 1 Winged Beast from your deck to your hand. It's going to go ahead and add the Sapphire Swallow. And yeah, this is probably just going to spell game right here. I mean, you probably just make the Assembled Nightingale here and just pass turn on that. Robin, the Ensemble Robin here isn't going to do too much against this particular deck. So yeah, Assembled Nightingale, threaten another Zeus maybe on, and pass turn. And yeah, our Eldlich player is going to scoop, unfortunately, taking the 2-0 loss to Brigade. Looks like you guys were correct in the polls. And if you want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up at the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members. And they are Cadillacs84, Pony Stark, Keith Sidgers, Tweeter0226, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, as always.